The film begins with a very mysterious scene. A container-like truck is passing from a road. We are not shown that what is inside it, but we come to know there is something important in that truck, because they have sent a lot of security with it. In fact, that was the container is of the army. There is their security with it. But there was a car on that road in which there was a newlywed couple. Their car doesn't know how to collapse with that truck. There was a huge blast because of it. That container that was very carefully attached to that truck is now separated. And it opens. The thing which comes out, we all get shocked after seeing that thing. Because that wasn't just an ordinary creature. It was a living, breathing zombie. The zombie possessed incredible strength and speed. Upon emerging, it couldn't perceive its surroundings and mercilessly slaughtered all the soldiers. However, it spared 2 of the soldiers, leaving them unharmed. But he bites them and infects them. Now those soldiers also become zombies. The 3 get together. The special thing about these zombies was that they were not dumb. They were very wise. So they plan to move to Las Vegas. Because their plan is to make the people there infected and make them zombies like them. And to prepare their whole army. And these are some starting scenes of the movie. Now the actual story starts from here. The head of the soldiers of Las Vegas named Scott. Now when the zombies attacked their country, they were trying to defeat the zombies. They were killing them and giving orders to the group to defeat them. Because these zombies were so fast that they can kill us soon. But during this, they also lost their one family member. Those zombies were so fast and dangerous that nobody was saving from them. They have surrounded the whole city. The government had done many steps but couldn't stop them. The government gives orders to implement the lockdown in the country. So that virus couldn't touch us. That's why they implement the lockdown, so that the zombies couldn't harm the humans. They can't interact with any human. The system of the whole city was changed. The people have lost their jobs. These zombies have spread the destruction. On the other side, we see that Scott, who was in the army, is now in the restaurant. One day a rich gangster arrives in that restaurant. Coming there, he starts talking with Scott. And you know that the government has imposed a lockdown everywhere. The place where they couldn't control the zombies, they blast that place. They have said that the belongings and their important things will be sent to them. But you have heard my name. I run a big casino. My $200 million are in it. Now we all know that to keep a lot of money or dealings is wrong. That's why that gangster couldn't take help from the government. So that's why he is finding ways to somehow save his money. So that this money couldn't waste on those blasts. He offers Scott that if you bring money for me from my casino, then I will give you $50 million. At first, Scott couldn't believe his ears. He was not interested to do this job. But when he thinks that $50 million can change his life, so why don't I try this? That gangster tells Scott that you have only 36 hours. Means 1.5 days. Before it you have to take that money to me. As you like, add peoples to your team, any member you want. I don't care about it. Now, seeing Scott's enthusiasm, the gangster hands him some maps. Those maps of that casino. He explains everything to him. Scott also has a daughter who was a social worker. Outside of Las Vegas, there was a refugee camp. There were many poor and innocent people living in that camp. There was a girl among them. She has 2 daughters. Now Scott's daughter, who was a good social worker, she goes to her. She asks her that if she has any issues. She says to the daughter of Scott that I need some money from Las Vegas. Because of it, I have to go inside the city. I promise that I will return outside after taking the money. Then Scott's daughter says that no, you can't go inside the city. There is lockdown and you know that the circumstances of the city are worst. That girl says that if I will get that money, then there will no need for me to live here in the refugee camp. I will go back. Then Scott's daughter says that wait for some time, everything will be okay. We see that Scott's daughter used to stay sad. And remember, at the start of the movie, I have told you that Scott has lost his family member. That was his wife. She has, in fact, transformed into a zombie. And she was out of control. To kill her was the big solution. Due to it, Scott used to stay sad. Because he has killed his wife. That's why Scott's daughter stays depressed. After it, Scott calls that gangster. He says to him that I am ready for this mission. But for this, I have to prepare my team. He made his team of 5 members. His team consists of 2 girls and 3 boys. Among them, a girl was a pilot. Among them, there is a boy who can open any kind of lock. A boy was a good shooter. Except for those 3, there was 1 girl and 1 boy, means a total of 5 members. Scott says to them that I will give you money for this. But you have to try your best. After it, they all go to meet that gangster. There that gangster tells them to go inside it. It is obvious that you have to go inside Vegas. But there are a lot of zombies. And the first step you have to perform is that you have to defeat zombies. You have to kill them. Then you will move forward to the casino. After it, after reaching the casino, that pilot girl will wait for the others on the roof with the helicopter. That man who can open the lock will open the lock from the downside. The others will take money from there and will return on the rooftop to sit in the helicopter and can run from there. That gangster also sends his assistant with them to keep an eye on them. From there, Scott goes to his daughter. He says to her daughter, I need your help. She says, okay, Dad, I will help you. Scott tells his daughter that you're not going to Vegas because there is a lot of danger. Meanwhile, Scott's daughter comes to know that girl of refugee camp has gone inside Vegas. She does not know about the city. Her life is at risk. That girl says to her dad, please let me go inside. Someone needs my help there. At first, Scott refuses. Then he says that stay with us while taking care of you. Because you don't know that how dangerous that attack will be of zombies. That whole team puts some things with them and move inside the Vegas through a container. There the zombies have destructed the whole city. Nothing was left fine. How could humans live there? To go there, another girl also helped that refugee girl. She lived with her in that refugee camp. But she knows the Vegas city very well. As Scott and his team enter that city, the tigers come in front of them. They were zombies. Then a girl with short hair arrives there. The girl who helped that other refugee girl to arrive here. She kills a nonsense security officer there. She says that zombies will take him and we will be safe. She tells Scott's team that there are 2 kinds of zombies. Some zombies are dumb and some zombies are very intelligent. We can't compete with them. That's why we have to think hard and work very hard. That girl with the short hair informs them that we must also search for the refugee camp girl. Don't know where is she. Her life is at risk. Then Scott and his team say that we have no time for this. We have only 1 day on which we have to search for some money. So we can't help you. Scott's daughter gets sad because of it. But she had to obey her dad's words after all. She goes with them. They move forward and go inside. And we see that zombies who were there were sleeping. In fact, there were some zombies in them who sleep at night and wake at night. They pass from there slowly. But a girl makes some noise. Those zombies wake up. Those zombies hold that girl. That girl fights with them, but those zombies were so strong, how can she defeat them? Then she understands that it is not possible for her to survive. She says to her other team members to leave. Shoot me if you want, because now I will not survive. Those zombies will also infect me. Her companion sadly shoots her. With her, that shooter also shoots the other zombies. Their path was clear at that time. Following that, we see that they have all arrived at the casino hotel. Scott and his daughter turn on all the lights. That pilot girl arrives at the rooftop of the casino with her helicopter. The hacker was in wait that when he will get the order to open the lock. The shooter was waiting that when any zombie will come he will shoot that zombie. Now a boy and short-haired girl were left. They were also taking care that zombies might attack them. Now when they all arrive at the casino, the man who was about to open that lock. He says that how is it possible that there is a lot of money in the locker and there is no security? That man means that gangster has placed the tight security here. There can be some traps. That is not visible to us. For this, I have an idea. We call zombies here, and it is obvious that if there will any trap, those zombies will entrap. They will entrap and our path will be clear. Then, as a result of that short-haired girl shooting outside, all of the zombies rush towards them. As they come, they hide while hiding. Zombies begin to entrap. Some were being shot. Sometimes some arrows begin to shoot on them automatically. Then outside, that short-haired girl and that boy comes to know that the refuge camp girl was kidnapped by the leader of the zombies. This means the first zombie who got free from that container. Then that man says to that short-haired girl to shoot so that zombie will come here. Actually, the bride of the zombie means his wife was pregnant. That bride comes to them while hearing the voice of the shoot. That man kills her. He cuts her neck. Then he keeps her head in his bag. That short-haired girl with him says that you have done wrong. Zombie will not leave you now, because you killed his bride. Knowing this, why you take this risk? Then the news comes that within 1.5 hours there will be a strike. Means bombing should be done within 1.5 hours. Due to it, the whole of Vegas will destroy. That casino will also destroy. This was a piece of bad news for them because they have a short time. They haven't taken the money yet. They were worried about it. Then they hear one more news. That pilot girl tells them that my helicopter is damaged. I don't know how much time it will take to repair it, but I am trying my best. Now Scott orders his team that we have a short time. They immediately open that locker and hurriedly shift the money in their bags. Meanwhile, that main zombie also arrives. He was very aggressive, because they have killed his bride. He orders his zombie team to attack them. Meanwhile, Scott's daughter thinks that the refugee girl is her best friend. I say to her that I will help her. She is in the control of zombies. I don't know that she will be in which condition. She secretly goes to find her. Scott comes to know that his daughter is not there. He goes behind her. As he leaves from there, the zombies attack his team. During this, a girl dies. But here is one more twist in the movie. The assistant of that gangster comes to them and locks the whole team of Scott in the basement. They get shocked that how ridiculous is this. He says to them that why are you surprised, that was our plan. How can you wish for well from the gangster? My boss didn't want the money. He only wanted the head of that zombie's bride. Because with that he can control all the zombies. And when he will control the zombies, then why will he need you? Crazy people. After saying this, he goes outside. He takes the bag of that man while thinking that there is the head of that zombie's wife. But when he sees while opening the bag, there wasn't the head of anyone. There was the money counter machine in it. He gets aggressive. He loses his senses. He was not in his senses. Due to it, a tiger comes there and kills him badly. After it, that girl with the short hair searches for a place to get outside from there. She takes them all outside from there. As they come outside, they encounter the zombies. A lot of zombies come in front of them to attack them. They hold the shooter boy. That boy thinks that my time is near. Now I will not survive. He says to others to shoot me. Shoot the other zombies who are around me. This will be beneficial for you. This is a good chance for you to kill them. Actually, he also has sacrifice like that girl. Now Scott's team has to kill him with the whole zombies. Because of it, they all get sad. On the other side, we see that the daughter of Scott was still finding that refugee girl. But then the security guard comes in front of her, who was killed by another girl from the refugee camp. That man was now changed into a zombie. He was a dangerous zombie. They all go to the rooftop. Scott and that short-haired girl also go with them. That zombie leader means the first zombie also arrives there. That short-haired girl says to stay away. With it, she takes out the head of that zombie's bride from another bag that she had hidden. She says that I will destroy it. Leave from here. That zombie leader begins to stay away. Then that short-haired girl sees that Scott sits in the helicopter. Getting a chance from it, that zombie leader attacks that short-haired girl. He kills that girl. Because I have told you that how fast he was. That innocent girl before dying throws his bride's head down. Due to it, her head was crushed. Do you know that the bride's head of that zombie was alive? This means that if her head will again be joined with her body, she will again revive. That's why that girl had done a good job to crush her head. So that she can't revive. When Scott was sitting in the helicopter, he says to that pilot girl that we didn't take the money with us. He tells her all the planning of that gangster. He also tells her that my daughter is missing. Now I have to find her. On the other side, we see that Scott's daughter saved the girl of that refugee camp. The security officer was also behind them, who was now a zombie. But Scott's daughter was brave. She also kills him. But then immediately that zombie leader also arrives there with his other companions. He tries to attack Scott's daughter. But after a lot of hard work, Scott also arrives at that place where his daughter was. He immediately runs from there while taking his daughter and another girl with him. They hurriedly come to the rooftop, so that they can run while sitting in the helicopter. But that fast zombie means the zombie leader also follows them fastly. They all jump on the helicopter. Now there is a fight between the zombie and Scott. They fight a lot. During this, that zombie bite, but courageously Scott shoots that zombie. Due to it, that zombie dies forever. But now the problem is that there are only 5 minutes left in the airstrike or the bomb explosion. They have to leave that place immediately. During that fight, that female pilot also got shot a bullet. And she flies the helicopter with difficulty. As they leave from there, the blast starts. Due to that airstrike, their helicopter was also damaged. That innocent female pilot also dies in it. That girl from the refugee camp also dies, and Scott was badly injured. In this blast, Scott's daughter was saved. She approaches her father and apologizes for not obeying him until today. I always ignore your order and always hate you. Because you kill my mother. But you were right in your place. Can you please forgive me? Then Scott says, my daughter, what are you talking about? Just take care of yourself. You know I have stolen some money from there. I will give you. I have none and they are not useful for me. And then Scott gives some money to his daughter. After it, Scott's condition gets worse. Because that zombie has bitten him. Then he says to his daughter that my daughter, please shoot me. So that there will be no harm to anyone because of me. His daughter, while crying, shoots her father. Because she has to do this. And here she realizes that why her father shot her mother. Because if he will not shoot her, she will become a zombie and will infect the others. She will damage all things surrounded. Here she weeps a lot. Then the rescue team also arrives there. They take that girl, means Scott's daughter, with them. Now we see that Vegas City was ruined completely. Because of those airstrikes. We are also shown that the assistant of that gangster was still alive. Now the money he was having, he comes out with that money and books a flight. To return to another country. There he was given the all facilities. But while sitting his condition gets worse. So he thinks that why don't I check that what's happening to me. He observes that there is a mark of bite on his arm. He remembers that the zombie leader has bitten me. He knows that he will become a zombie soon. And here this movie ends. I think that what is the advantage of that airstrike? Because the army was thinking that all the zombies of Vegas are dead because of those airstrikes. But this man who was coming to another country after got infected, what about him? He will turn into a zombie and infect others. But who knows if the film ended here. Thank you for watching.
Make sure you subscribe and turn on notification to watch more videos like this and show us support for our effort. Take care.